Corinne Olympios.
Hello. Hi.
Oh my. Let's start with our quote of the day. If life were predictable, it would cease to be life.
Ooh.
Hello.
Drama.
Eleanor Roosevelt. I love that quote.
Wow.
Do you love quotes? Do you live by quotes, Corinne?
I'm occasionally a quote person.
Okay. I live by quotes. Yes. I just put one up on my Instagram if you'd like to check it out at Maria Menounos, but do that in the commercial break, please. Yeah. Because we have a lot to talk about. So last night, Kevin and I were so excited. I told Kevin this yesterday, actually, because I do give him a lot of shit for fun, because he's really fun to make fun of. It's my husband, Corinne, is who I'm referring to. He's a lot of fun to make fun of. And so yesterday, I woke up in the morning and I thought about what day it was, and I was like, oh, yes, I got him tonight. Because, he does this show on Monday and Thursday nights. And I'm like, if after 20 years, I still am like so excited that I get you this evening, I'm like, that's pretty good. And he got all mushy and happy. And he was like, really? You really like being with me still? And I'm like, honey, of course. So we were so excited that we were going to have our night in and we were going to watch The Bachelor, which I've been so annoyed by all season. And I'm not a big Bachelor fan, Corinne. I don't watch it normally. I've seen here and there. I've once in a blue moon, if I've watched, Kevin and I will get sucked in. And so I don't have a wealth of knowledge. I didn't see your season. I think I've only seen one other season, really, to be honest. And I don't even remember it now. But we got sucked into this season, and
it's the worst one.
It's the worst one. Yeah.
I can't believe that.
That's what everybody says.
Oh man,
it's boring. He was boring,
terrible.
But of course, it became the most unboring in the end. And of course, we saw that he chose Becca in the finale. And I knew when he proposed to her, it felt so anticlimactic. It felt like there wasn't a spark there. Did you feel the same thing?
It was so casual. There was no real love. There was no it was so ew to me. It was really cringy to me.
Which I expected, because also when you watch The Journey, and I don't know if it's like this on every Bachelor, you'll have to tell me with your experience.
It's not. I can already tell you it's not.
So you guys are in this situation for what, 2 months?
Yeah, it's about 2 months, almost 3.
Okay. How can you possibly fall in love with someone when you've only been together on 2 dates through that whole time, and you're vying for his love with 50,000 other women? Explain this to me. I need to understand.
Okay, so I think it's that you're just really, I completely agree. It's a very short time to fall in love. But when you're in this situation, you have no phone, your life is just literally revolving around this man, just trying to win his love. You're just going crazy. You're not doing anything at all except for trying to win this man's love. So at that point, it's almost like you're just almost trying to convince yourself that you're falling in love with this person.
And is it because you want to win in the end, or because now you're confused and you think you love him?
That's the sad part. A lot of people are like, I need to win, but okay, it's not about winning. And that's what the show has kind of become, and it really sucks. It used to be really about finding love and really being in love. And now recently I feel like the girls just want to quote unquote win.
Yeah.
But Becca didn't come off that way to me. Did you feel like she came off that way to you when you watched her?
Becca, the season was so bland and boring that I feel like I really don't even know Becca or Lauren B. By the way, Lauren B never even spoke really, so...
Wait, there was a website dedicated to everything she has said in the season? Because it was so few.
Was it one line?
Yeah.
Because
but Becca,
she doesn't speak.
I think it's pretty obvious that everyone thinks so highly of Becca. She comes off like such a great girl. And you see those girls in the episode last night, and they were attached to each other. Now, part of that I think is what is that syndrome when you've all been kidnapped?
Stockholm syndrome.
I feel like it's Stockholm syndrome.
Well, I mean, it's become super cliquey. Even from my season, it's so cliquey. It's guys, we've had lives before Bachelor. it's okay. We can all be friends and still have other friends. But it's like so cliquey and weird recently. Like, I just take a step back from all of that. I'm just like not about that. Like, I'm like friendly with everyone when I see them, but I'm not going to just like only hang out with people from Bachelor.
Yeah. Well, you know, it was hard because I was watching it and like, remember the girl with the short hair?
Yes, with the blue earrings.
Yeah.
She was very eloquent when she spoke.
Oh, I loved her in the season. I thought she was so cute. And last night I grew a dislike for her.
Really?
Yeah,
I
she was just
liked her.
because like her angry side came out, and like she was so like venomous, and like she started to look like less pretty because she was so venomous.
Yeah.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
thought she was the only one that was making sense.
Well,
at least to me.
Yeah, I mean, I just whatever. It was just it was an interesting thing, but it was interesting to see how like madly in love with each other they all were, like all these girls, and they were competing for the same guy. And it was just it was really strange to me, and the only thing I could think of is it was whatever that syndrome people say. And you go through this experience, and I've been through experiences similar where it's like a camp, whether it's like a movie, you're like on it and you're kind of in your own world. And so I thought maybe it was that. And then when she was named the Bachelorette, I started to think about it a little differently, and I'm like, you know, this might be the closest to fame they ever have gotten, right? The only famous person they probably know. And maybe they're all like wanting to like rub a little on her shoulders so that maybe they can continue on this ride a little bit. Does that make any sense to you, Corinne?
Of course it does. I mean, everybody...
I forget what it's like to not know famous people because I've been in the industry for so long.
That's
and Kevin always tells me, he's like, Maria, you don't remember what it was like when you didn't know anyone and you were like, whoa, that's someone famous, you know?
Oh my God. Yeah, no, totally. That you definitely see that a lot, especially with Bachelor people, certain people more than others. But I mean, for me, on my season, everybody for Paradise was really happy to see me have a fall for that moment. Everyone unfollowed me. Everyone chose DeMario's side. And as soon as I made a comeback, you bet your damn ass those girls came right back around.
Right.
I was on every cover of every magazine. All they wanted to do was go out with me, be my best friend again. I'm like,
ew.
Guys, get away from me. You are all insane.
So, Corinne, do you think that the girls from last night will stay friends?
I do. I mean, with everything going on, and especially now that their good friend is the Bachelorette and things like that, of course, they're going to be stuck together at the hip.
And maybe they are true. Maybe they are, but it was interesting. I'm sure there's an element of that, and that doesn't mean that they're bad. Right. It's just, I think that that's an interesting element to it that maybe people weren't thinking about. But you know, the whole thing was just fascinating because Jason Mesnick came on with Molly and, you know, he defended Arie. And before that segment is when Arie and Becca kind of faced off and talked. Nick, did you watch this last night?
I watched that first hour, and there were so many things that were wrong. I was screaming at the TV.
Why were you screaming?
Because that Arie guy, it's the first time I actually seen him.
That Arie guy.
So I heard everything you said yesterday about, you know, his hair, the way he looks, and the way he acts.
I need to retract.
Yeah,
I was really, no, I didn't care about the salt and pepper. I just didn't like the style.
Oh.
The style of his hair was very outdated, I thought. Like very like early 2000s.
There are so many things wrong with his appearance that I'm just going to not say.
But here's the thing. I think I was just mad for Becca. I felt bad. And I was like, that was not like me. I don't like that I said all those things. And Kevin goes, I can't believe you went hard at him on the show. And I'm like, I was really angry for Becca. So I retract my negative comments about Arie yesterday. And I will say that when I watched him with Becca last night, I felt like he was really genuine. And I believed him more last night. And then when Jason said what he said about him, he was like, you know, he's a really good guy, and it's really hard. And when he explained the pressures of having to make a decision in 24 hours, which is what I said yesterday, how do you go from, oh my God, I'm madly in love with two girls, I go out with them both the night before, and then the next day I got to make a decision on who I'm going to get down on one knee with? Like, that is enormous pressure. That is not normal. It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, you should know. So if you don't know, then don't propose to anybody. Explain how maybe you need time outside of this Bachelor bubble to decide. And if you guys aren't okay with that, then that's fine.
But the pressure of it, like I'll never forget, there's a certain person who, I don't want to name names because I don't know if this is out there, but they were getting married and the entire world was watching. And this person knew wasn't the right thing to do, like that, felt it that day, but was too scared to call it off because of the pressure. So pressure will make a person make a poor decision in the moment. And, you know, we're all human, so we have to forgive people. And, you know, I just think that it was a lot. And yes, we all would have preferred him to say, you know what? I love both of you. I have to work out my feelings. Yeah. And I thought that's maybe how it was going to go.
So much more respectable. Like no one would have been mad at that. Everyone's mad because he didn't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Nick, what were your final thoughts? I cut you off on my little forgiveness tour there.
I don't. It's okay. I don't forgive him that easy. One of the main things, as you guys said, like you shouldn't have proposed because you took that away from what's her name, Becca.
Oh,
right?
when she said that, that was the killer.
Time away from me.
That was the killer.
So I'm hearing that. I'm like, no, I get it. She's absolutely right. You shouldn't have done it. This Arie guy looks like he's an alien from outer space.
Oh my
God, came to Earth. He's trying to assimilate with the people. He puts someone else's skin on and goes, this is how Earthlings act. I'm going to do this now. I'm like, this guy's not real.
God.
Wait, what do you think about...
Corinne loves your comments, by the way. Oh my God. You went further than I ever could have about him. That was awesome.
Job well done.
Lauren
Thank you, Nick, for helping us because I just can't do it.
So it's interesting. Just going back to Lauren for a second. Last night she said the one thing that's present right now to me is just his bravery, meaning Arie's bravery and honesty, and that he did an amazing job at handling this whole thing. But she didn't watch the episode. And he didn't watch the episode. So, Corinne, do you think that Arie had anything to do with persuading Lauren to not watch because it would show a different side or it may change her mind?
Of course I do. I mean, why would anybody want to watch that or want, why would Arie want her to watch that? That's awful.
If you were Lauren, would you watch?
Yes, I would watch.
And then would you like dump him after?
If I was Lauren, I'd be like, ew, I don't even want you now.
I know.
Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, I am so shocked at, you know, how honest, I guess, like, you got to be careful. Like, they're going to watch it back. Like, you pull back a little bit and figure out a way to say things in person. And
I will say that, honestly, Arie really didn't seem that into it when he was proposing to Becca.
Nope.
So maybe it wouldn't have been that bad for her to see it because, honestly, it was really...
lackluster.
Blah. It was just blah. And even when they said hello to each other before he broke up with her at the happy couple weekend or whatever, it was just weird. It was not like warm and fuzzy. She was like, hey, you look good.
Yeah.
Super like
buddy.
Blah, like not cute. We just got engaged, like not like it at all.
So did you see sparks when you saw the engagement last night? Oh, no, when you heard about the engagement last night?
I mean, I know that she's just madly in love with him, so obviously she's going to say yes. And
you're talking about Lauren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm so like whatever about it at this point. It's just like, it's just ew to me.
It was interesting because you knew that he had secured Lauren before he broke up with Becca because he kept saying, I just don't want to take the risk. I'm like, that was making me so violent. It's like, I don't want to risk losing Becca, who I barely care being with, to go be with Lauren. And like, he made it seem like he just had this one conversation with her to like, you know, get some closure. But meanwhile, he was negotiating, you know, his exit with Becca and his reconnection with her. And so that whole visit, and he's like having a panic attack outside. I'm like, dude, this is so fake. Like, she knew she was saying yes. You knew she was saying yes. You're playing the panic attack shit on camera. Like, get out of here. I'm not stupid. Right?
Right. No,
obviously, it wouldn't have been like the end of after the final rose if he didn't get down on one knee for Lauren B. Like, that was so like expected and like cliche.
You didn't see this though. I'm sure you caught this. when Chris Harrison started the episode, he starts talking about everything. He goes, and tonight you're going to see a proposal. Well, maybe you'll see a proposal.
Yes.
We don't know. He caught himself. He
Yes.
totally screwed up.
Yes, but you caught that after, right?
Oh, I caught it. I caught it.
Wow.
Kevin caught it because I was on my phone.
Wow.
Finishing up some work. But then Kevin caught it. He goes, wait, did he just screw this up and say that,
Wow.
I'm surprised
they're getting engaged?
because that they didn't cut that out.
What was live?
I know, but you're still lagging a few.
Not enough. It's usually like a 5-second delay.
They could have cut it out
wow.
for us in LA.
Yeah, and they did it. And then, of course, I was like, oh, God, they're going to get engaged. Fine. But what did you,
So blah.
you said last night, because I know TMZ caught you on camera, and they asked you about Arie, and you said he's actually repulsive.
Oh my God, I know.
Tell me what you think
Oh
about
my God,
that.
I know. I really like the way he was the whole season, like not being like so invested to any which girl. Like there was, I've said this before in other interviews. There was no difference in any of his relationships. All of his relationships were the same. There was not like one difference between any of them. Like him saying like, I like her humor. I like the way she talks about being a mom. I like the way where she wants to live. There was no difference in any girl.
Yeah.
It was all the same. He's so blah. He failed as a bachelor to me. And what he did and the way he did it with breaking up with Becca, just being like, yeah, so I'm going to go like see what's up with Lauren B. And she's like, what are you talking about? Like, what is going on? And he's just like, yeah, I'm going to go see that. I'm going to go explore that. It was just so repulsive to me. Ew.
So when you think, like when you're on the show, how much are they reconstructing moments? If something happened, they didn't get on camera, like, wait, hold on. Like, do you watch the show Unreal?
It's not like Unreal. Okay. I've heard about Unreal, but
I love Unreal.
Bachelor's not like that. It's not like, oh, let's redo that. Like
they don't do that.
No.
And they see, I feel like they instruct him or they give him tips. Like Chris Harrison must give him tips before the show starts and says, okay, so when you don't want to say I love you and they say it to you, just go in and make out with them. Like literally.
That I don't know about.
They
because
all
I've never
make
been on
out
that.
the second they don't want to have to talk. It's like a given. Even the girls on Bachelorette, the second you don't want to answer a question, it's like, come here, baby. And they start making out. And I want to like vomit.
Yeah, no, I definitely see that.
Oh my gosh. So, Corinne, do you think it will last between Lauren and Arie?
Honestly, I do because they're just both a little weird. And like, I just think that if you've gone through all of that and it was such a weird, unsettling situation that you're going to be just fine on your own. Like, go walk into the sunset. You guys are fine. Bye.
Well, it worked with Jason and Molly, and they seem really happy.
Good. I wish everybody the best. I really, really do.
I wonder, so did we confirm that Lauren has been engaged already twice? Was that official? We had heard that she was engaged twice before this, so this is her third engagement.
What?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Us Weekly reported on it.
Yeah. Us Weekly had said that, right? 2 engagements before this?
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. So I thought it was interesting last night when she was like, this was the biggest heartbreak ever of my life. And I'm like, you were on 3 dates with him. You were engaged twice before. I would assume that you were with them for more than 2 or 3 dates. It had to have been more painful than that. But you know, you can't judge someone's pain because it was magnified by the cameras. And but now, what do you think of Becca as the next Bachelorette?
I think it was a good choice for the Bachelor franchise. Most of America is going to be like really happy that, you know, it was like a heartbreak story that she got engaged, then he broke it off. I mean, it just all like made perfect sense. It was very cliche. She's a great person. She's awesome, cool, pretty, fun. But yeah, the pick for the Bachelorette is it's cliche. I mean, she got broken up with on the show after being engaged to. Like, obviously, they're going to make her Bachelorette.
Yeah. I mean, there was no question.
But I hope that she kills it. I wish her the absolute best, and I hope she finds love.
See, you just said the final thing that's so important is I hope she finds love. Because I feel like everyone's like, I think you're going to do a great job. I think that he's going to be a good bachelor. She's going to be a good bachelor. And you're like, wait a second. Is it a job or is it they're going to find love? I'm so confused now.
I know.
Right?
I have so much to say about this, but I'm just not going to.
No, I want to know. I'm curious.
I just, I just feel like it just changed so much. I just really, like, I remember watching it like seasons ago, and it was like, wow, these people are really in love. They're going to get married and have 10 babies. And it's just like now it's like all about social media coming up and this and that. And like, I just feel like no one's really there for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Like, you're not really there to fall in love. Like, you're there to get on TV.
Do you believe Becca was there really to fall in love?
I don't know enough. Like, it was so blah the season that I feel like none of the girls really can show truly what they're there for. Even it's like not enough of getting to know people.
I still miss what was her name. I just don't know if like Arie
Crystal
really wants like a real woman. I miss her.
Why?
Because she was so bad.
Oh my god.
So in your season, you made it all the way to the home visits, right?
Yeah.
And how much time had you had with Nick before that? And were you in love? Because I don't know, because I didn't see it. So I need to understand this better.
Wait, I'm sorry. Repeat that question.
When you were on the show, Nick was your bachelor, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You made it all the way to the home visits.
Yeah.
How much time did you get with him before that home visit?
I mean, I don't know. It's hours.
Just hours.
It's hours.
So it's like did you have specific dates? Like, did you win dates with him? You had to have to get to that point, right?
Yeah.
Like
I was on a 2-on-1 date, which then turned into my 1-on-1 because I got the rose. I was on group dates. I tried to get as much time with him as I could, but it's hard. It's really hard.
Were you in love with him by the home date?
I was definitely feeling feelings where I was falling in love with him, yes.
Wow. And it's just in
it's
hours.
But you're just, and you're
but
just like
heightened.
So crazy because you don't have a phone. You're not connected to the outside world. You're with the same people in the same walls, just doing the same thing every day, barely working out, just drinking and eating. Like, it's just like, what is going on? What is
it's
life
like an
right
alternate
now?
universe.
Yeah, it's like you're in the Twilight Zone. So all you're focused on is just Nick, and you're so boy crazy because you're around girls all day, and I'm just like, I just want to look at a man's face right now.
Well, it's like probably like in high school, right? Like there's the one cute boy, and you're so crazy because there are no other cute boys. You're just crazy about him, but it's not because he's like the best guy. It's just because he's like the only option.
Oh my god.
So now when you look back on it, do you look back on it in a different way than when you were in the moment? Do you see things differently now?
I definitely see things differently now. I feel like everyone eventually does, and for these new girls will. Yeah. I mean, all the girls that are like, oh, you dodged a bullet. I mean, they're already seeing that, like, you know what I mean? It's very different when you're in that world and outside that world.
Did he stay with the girl? Who did he pick?
They broke up already,
they did.
Vanessa and Nick. And I called that from the beginning. They were so wrong for each other in so many different ways.
Do you think you guys were right now looking back?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I absolutely don't.
Who are you still in touch with from your season?
Jasmine, Amanda from Paradise. I mean, I talked to like a few of the girls. I'm friendly with everybody when I see them. Like I saw Christina and Astrid recently. It was so lovely. I have no bad blood with anybody.
Okay.
So there was a post that these guys flagged for me in February that you posted of you and Nick, looking very, very adorable, by the way. And you didn't write anything, but it sounds like he shaded you a little bit in the post. He says, this pic reminds me of our hometown date. Oh, wait, because it was.
And it's funny because Nick, like, I'm not trying to make people think that I'm dating you. Like, it was Bachelor Monday. Like, I know I didn't put a comment. It was just kind of like a funny thing to me.
Yeah.
But
that's
like,
what I figured.
I didn't post it to be like,
she was on the
me
season.
and Nick are dating. Like, no, bro. I don't need people thinking I'm dating you. Relax. Like, but it was just funny. Like, he shouldn't have got so bent out of shape about it. It was funny. It was Bachelor Monday. It was a throwback.
Yeah.
It was just cute.
Why do you think he did get so bent out of shape?
I don't know. Maybe because he's fake dating January Jones. I don't know.
He's fake dating January Jones?
I don't know. She denied it. Who even knows what he's doing these days?
No way. That's so funny. Have they been seen together?
I don't know.
So how do you know he's fake dating her?
It was there were rumors that he was dating her, and then she was like, we're not dating.
Gotcha. Okay. So are you dating anybody?
I am not dating anybody right now.
Okay. Because people saw you out with Jonathan Chabon and everyone's like, are you dating him? And then because you didn't answer, people are like wondering.
When? Last night?
Yes. Was it last night?
No, we're not dating. We're just good friends. We both like to eat. We were with a bunch of people. We were with my publicist, his friend from New York. It was a whole bunch of us.
I love Jonathan.
Me too. He's the best.
But I've been friends with him for years, and I don't know how to say his last name properly. Did I say it right? Chebin.
Yeah.
Who was right? Me, you, Rich?
No, not Rich. The pronunciation.com thing that I looked up was right.
Oh, Mike, I'm so embarrassed.
I know, me too.
I've known him for years, and I can't remember how to say his last name.
Question, Corinne, regarding Torri Spelling. Have you reached out to her, or do you plan on maybe reaching out after the incident?
Management had asked everybody not to.
Oh, okay.
I sent her a lovely "Hope you're well."
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
So, do you want me to explain? Or
sure.
Okay. So a couple weeks ago, Corinne
Actually, it was just last week.
Just last week, Corinne was filming something for Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Correct?
Well, yeah. I was filming something for Facebook Live, and no, not Facebook Live, a Facebook show that's coming out, and her segment was right before mine. So the girl that I was shooting with was like, Torri wants to hang out and wait for you to get here. She wants to meet you. So I was like, cool, I'm coming. I got there, everything's fine. And basically we're hanging out a little bit. She goes home and she has a nervous breakdown. And I was the last person to like see her after that. So it was just like everyone was just like freaking out, like what happened? What happened?
Yeah, and you had posted something with her, but she had asked you for a selfie, correct? And then she stayed a little bit longer because she didn't need to, but she was just staying after her segment or whatever and hanging out. And then that
she
night,
seemed like she was in good spirits?
She seemed fine and lovely. Yeah, we had a good time. It was It was fine. It was just really like, I'm as shocked as anybody that happened.
Wait, I haven't heard about this. Is she okay?
What?
She used to be my neighbor.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I hope she's okay.
Yeah,
she's fine.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about her. There hasn't been a statement, but I mean, that night she thought someone was breaking into her home, but it was really just Dean. And then the next morning, it was really like 7 a.m. Dean had called the cops and said that she was just like having some sort of a breakdown or whatever. And they had left. It seemed as if it was just due to stress, but Corinne got a lot of questions about it, and I had been wondering if you had reached out. So that's interesting. And you haven't heard back?
No.
Okay.
I just well wishes, and when she's ready, she's ready.
Hopefully she's okay.
Yeah.
Poor Torri. She's had a rough go. Yeah. Well, Corinne, I feel like I've asked you everything I could ask you about this episode. Have we got any last minute questions, guys? Lauren, I know you're dying to know things. I made everybody watch it last night. I'm like, you all suck for not watching this show. You were all assigned homework. You have to watch this episode.
I know. I didn't do my homework. I honestly couldn't. I know. Really
Corinne walks in. I'm like, what do you mean you haven't watched the episode? We're talking about the episode.
No, I know. But you know what? Like, I already knew what happened. I have my thoughts about what happened, and that's it. Like, I can't sit there and like look at their expressions and like be like in. Like, I can't look at that.
Okay. I do have one question, one final question. So this morning, Arie was on Good Morning America, and he explained to Michael Strahan why he had kept it filming, like he was okay with it being filmed.
Oh, yeah. I thought this was interesting.
And Arie said, I think for me, I really wanted everyone to know this was on me. This was my fault. And I felt that filming that would let people know that if there were any questions on the breakup, those would be squashed if they saw the breakup. And I wanted her the opportunity to be the potential bachelorette. So do you believe him that he was planning on having her potentially be the bachelorette, and that has something to do with filming?
Obviously, he's going to say that now after that. Like, I don't buy a word
he said.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I really
do you
don't.
think that he is manipulative?
I just don't buy a word he says. I think that he's very sly. He's a snake. He's sneaky. I don't like his intentions are just weird.
I was going to say I don't like his hair.
I don't like his hair. His nose is crooked.
No, we can't make fun of people. Come on. We can make fun of his hair, though.
Yeah,
a little bit. Because he could comb that a different way. He can't change his nose. I mean, he could.
He can definitely change his nose. I wonder if he got into it. Did he get into an accident and that's what happened?
Maybe. I never noticed his nose being crooked.
Yeah, it is. It's crooked. It's like a little curve.
Well, that does it for me and The Bachelor.